How's it going, everyone? It is Olin here. Welcome back to another video. And I'm sorry for the lack of videos for the past week because, yeah, I haven't uploaded since my Uncharted Lost Legacy spoiler review, which I hope a lot of you guys enjoyed. It seemed like you guys did, considering the amount of views and likes I normally get on my other videos compared to that one. So, I appreciate the support on that video. But going in, this past weekend has been quite chaotic because it's been Labor Day weekend slash, birthday weekend, because my birthday was September 2nd, I turned 17. So that was really cool. And yeah, that kind of relates to the video I want to talk about today, and that's kind of like the Nintendo Switch. Now, I finally got a Nintendo Switch. As you guys know, I had like Zelda and Mario Kart for the longest time since I bought them on sale, but I didn't actually have the console yet. So I figured, why not go into the Switch itself and how I've been enjoying it the past couple days, and overall if I would recommend it or just my past experience with it and how I, look at it compared to my expectations for the console and just how it fits into the whole gaming industry right now. So yeah, the Nintendo Switch, as you guys know, is like kind of like a hybrid console where you have these things like Joy-Cons on the side of the tablet where you can turn it into like a controller with the TV, like a traditional gaming, or you can slide them off and put them on like the tablet and make it into a handheld. Now, the biggest point about the Switch to me is, the portability of it. That's like kind of like the whole reason besides Nintendo games to be able to buy this thing is because, you want to play great games, but you also want to, use the handheld feature because, maybe you're going out of town, maybe you're doing something for the weekend and you want to bring it with you. And that's kind of like where the Switch comes out like the most convenient, or like how it, is kind of planned that way. And, I've tried some of the different modes, but really the biggest one for me that I was kind of shocked by is handheld mode. And that's strictly for the fact that, when I got the Vita back in like a couple years ago, I'd say like maybe 5 years now. That's kind of crazy. Like the Vita felt like it just didn't come out that long ago. But yeah, when I did get the Vita back then, I did not like the handheld mode that much because of how, stiff the controls were, just how like the analog stick was just so small, and just how there was no two analog buttons on the back, it was just one. It just felt like you're playing very simple controls that weren't even that fun to play with, and you had some pretty good games on there, but let's be honest, they're still kind of like handheld games. Now what the Switch does is kind of like bring you full-size games, like console-like games that you play on your TV, onto the go, and the controls for the thing feel awesome. Like, it definitely doesn't feel different like when I played on the TV to when I go to handheld mode. In fact, sometimes I prefer it because I like having my hands, that wide apart, and it feels very comfortable. Now, the 3 games I do have for the console so far are Splatoon 2, Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, of course, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I just got Splatoon like last night, I believe. And so far, all of them have been really great games, especially Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. Man, that game's just phenomenal. Like, that's kind of like the reason why I wanted to buy a Switch in the first place, is because that, game alone. Splatoon, I knew I probably would have liked it, but of course, there's always like kind of like that thing that you might not like it when you actually get it, but so far, Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, of course, is like the reason I bought this thing. But I gotta say, all games are really great, especially Mario Kart as well. That game's phenomenal. Honestly, I'd say like Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and Mario Kart are like, I think they both have like 90s in the Metacritics. Like, they're really, really good games. And Splatoon 2 is awesome as well. Like, I'd say that game's like, if I don't like giving scores to things, but like it's somewhere like, I wouldn't say it's as good as like, obviously there's other 2 ones, but it's like really up there. And yeah, I'll see how it grows on me because, yeah, that's a game that, does better as it goes along. Now, of course, Mario Kart's kind of like the best example of how the Switch operates because of, the sheer fact that it's local, playability. You can converse your friends via split screen, like, from the get-go right there. And I've been able to try out Mario Kart quite a bit. I actually went over to my friend's house last night to hang out, and we actually played some Mario Kart, which is pretty cool, bringing the Switch over. We then proceeded to play like hours of Splatoon, but but yeah, Mario Kart worked really well, and I was quite surprised by how well it worked. Honestly, the Switch, to me, already the portability of it kind of feels like natural to me. Like when I went to go play Call of Duty World War II beta that happened on the PS4 this weekend, it felt weird being tied to my TV in a way because I was so used to being able to just bring the thing wherever I want to go, whether that's my bed, whether that's the couch, just move around the house, not to be strict to like one place, or, I guess you could even bring it to a friend's house like I did earlier. Yeah, it just felt kind of weird. Like, it already feels like it's more like a natural thing to do to bring the Switch anywhere you want. It almost feels like it's a natural thing to have on all consoles now already for me, which is kind of weird. It just feels so natural in the way it just, the way that you change the Joy-Cons into different positions with either the handheld or the tablet or just the traditional grip. It just feels very natural, and it's very easy to use. It honestly looks as easy as it is in the commercials, really, and it's really simple, and so far I've been loving it. I have the neon one, by the way, if anybody's wondering that. I did post this on Twitter, so you can go see the photo there, but in terms of, a Nintendo console, the reason I always buy Nintendo consoles, and it's more of like a thing that interests me more than, like, say, an Xbox would, is for the fact that Nintendo consoles kind of feel different now. Xbox has the same third-party support as like PlayStation, and it has like its different exclusives. It depends if you like it or not. If it interests you, that's totally fine. But Nintendo has like a completely different catalog of games, in my opinion. Like Splatoon, you can't get anywhere else. Mario Kart, obviously, you can't get anywhere else. Same with Zelda. Same with all their IPs that are coming out. And just this year alone, since the games launched like 6 months ago, the fact that it already has Splatoon 2, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, ARMS, and Mario Rabbids, I believe, that just launched this past week. It's quite a crazy list of catalog games that are all like at least 80s in like the Metacritics and everything. It's kind of crazy. Not to be like, oh, Metacritic matters the most, but like, you could say games have launched on your system a lot, but the fact that these have all been quality releases and everything, like, I don't think a game like from Nintendo themselves, like exclusive wise, has dropped below like a 76 or something like that. It's like always above, and it's always in the green, which is quite crazy. So yeah, honestly, the biggest concern I had with the Wii U, or like the biggest failure that I saw in my ads, besides the advertisements, was just clearly the games and the lack of games and software that you just had at launch. I bought a Wii U at launch, I believe, and like I sold it within like a couple months to get a PS4, or at least pre-order a PS4, because the games were just not there. And honestly, could you blame me? Because there was nothing to play on there. The launch was cool, but it still didn't have any standout titles besides maybe that 2D Mario game. But even then, it's like a 2D Mario game. This at launch had Zelda Breath of the Wild. Mario Kart followed soon after, because I never played Mario Kart 8, so it's kind of like a new game for me. All 48 racetracks, it's phenomenal. Splatoon 2 has been like a phenomenal, game. If you guys don't know what it is, it's pretty much like Nintendo's answer to like a traditional shooter, or like Call of Duty with like paintballs. So yeah, going over the price point and just overall how the Switch is costing compared to what it gives, I honestly think that coming into the holiday season with like Mario Odyssey and hopefully third-party support in the future, I know they're getting Stardew Valley on there, they have Shovel Knight, Stardew Valley is definitely one I'm interested in getting. Besides that, Skyrim, like I said before, Rocket League, has some pretty good indies on there, but honestly, of course, you want to buy it mainly for the exclusives, at least in my eyes, but I still think that, obviously, if you want third-party support to come to the Switch, you want to support it. But I've been loving the Switch, honestly, so far, and I hope to stream in the future, because I have quite a bit of games to play in September, especially Zelda Breath of the Wild. That game's going to take me. I've seen people on my friends list have over 200 hours in the game, and that seems to be the normal, which is quite crazy. So, yeah, this month of September, it's going to be quite chaotic for me, and I can't wait to play all these games, and of course, hopefully stream it for you guys. But yeah, this has kind of been like my first impressions, because I didn't really want to, review a console, because I find it hard to review a console when it's like in its early stages, because obviously it's kind of just like the first impressions, and you really want to review a console after its kind of time has passed. So yeah, everything that I've been loving about the Switch has kind of been like the things I thought I would like it. Handheld was probably like the biggest surprise to me. It works way better than I thought it would, just playing the games. I played Zelda mostly on handheld. That's what's crazy. Like, I think I started it like in my bed literally, and just like played till like 1 in the morning or something like that with headphones on. It's really, really awesome, and handheld just works like a dream. So yeah, I think obviously the biggest thing is going with the Switch is just the fact that it has, Nintendo exclusives with it, and as well as its portability. And I've just been loving the system, and I hope that you guys will give it a shot in the future, or just at least keep an eye on it, because it is $2.99, but I definitely think what they're asking for is not that bad, considering what you get with it and the amount of catalog of list of games that they're promising, and just the amount of games that are already out for the system. Especially if you own a Wii U, it seems like a no-brainer almost if you're actually interested in these games. But yeah, that has definitely been my first impressions of the Switch. Of course, just at first impressions. I've only had this weekend to really play with it. But yeah, as I said, handheld and the games stand out for me the most. And of course, the whole online thing needs to be fixed. You can't even send messages. You can't send anything. I think achievements definitely need to be a thing on the system, because, as I don't really go out for them, it is like kind of like a sense of a goal or something you should go out for if you're bored, or just give some incentive to play the game if you have achievements or something like that. Of course, a big virtual console launch is like very rumored, and that's hopefully to come in 2018. I believe online's costing like $20 a year, so that's very affordable considering the amount of games they have for it. At least in my eyes, like Splatoon 2 and Mario Kart are easily worth $20 a year in my opinion to play online. But yeah, it's definitely very interesting. I can't wait to see what I think about the console in like the next couple months when it becomes kind of like in my normal lifestyle. But so far, this weekend has been a blast, and I can't wait to play more of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Splatoon 2 and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It's been an awesome time playing these games so far, and I can't wait to play more of the Switch. So yeah, that's kind of been my first impressions. That's what I've been saying kind of here, just kind of like a chill commentary. I know I haven't uploaded in about a week's time, and that's just because of how chaotic this weekend has been. But hopefully in the future I'll be able to get more videos out there, especially some with Uncharted. I have some pretty good ideas for that. So yeah, make sure to leave your comments down below. I really want to know, do you guys have a Switch? If not, make sure to let me know what you guys think about the Switch, or just in terms of what your thoughts on the console is, considering, if you've only watched the ads, if you actually own it. And yeah, guys, make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe if you are new. Yeah, guys, I've been online. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.